Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good morning, everyone, venerable sirs, and our friends in Dhamma. Today, in this moment, we are going to start our Sunday service. Before that, first we are going to practice the loving kindness meditation, few minutes. So meditation will be done by the Reverend Kashanti. Kashanti, you can start the loving kindness meditation.
Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. May I be well and happy, peaceful and free from suffering. May no harm come to me. May no difficulties come to me. May no problems come to me. May I always find fulfillment. May I also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome the inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. May my parents, my siblings, my teachers, my friends and relatives, may they be well and happy, peaceful and free from suffering. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May no problems come to them. May they always find fulfillment. May they also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome the inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. May those I meet in my everyday life, may they be well and happy, peaceful and free from suffering. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May no problems come to them. May they always find fulfillment. May they also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome the inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. May those who wish me enmity, may they be well and happy, peaceful and free from suffering. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May no problems come to them. May they always find fulfillment. May they also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome the inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. May all beings arisen in these realms, either with form or without, with sensation or without, with consciousness or without, may they be well and happy, peaceful and free from suffering. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May no problems come to them. May they always find fulfillment. May they also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome the inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear-struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and the sick find health relief. Now continue with these thoughts of loving kindness until you hear the bell.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much, Reverend Kashanti, for leading the Nitya meditation. Today, our Dhamma speaker is Dr. Uh, Professor our Venerable Bhante Paghghaloka. He's our Dhamma speaker today. So he was a professor in Sri Lanka also, and also he was a teacher at the monastic temple when he was living in Sri Lanka. I don't know other countries. And since long time, he's being given the Dhamma talk in this window for the people here. And he's a very knowledgeable monk. He's very intelligent with the three baskets, I mean, Tripitaka. So he's the Dhamma speaker today. He's going to give a Dhamma talk for you. So I respectfully invite to the Venerable Bhante Paghghaloka to give the Dhamma talk.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Venerable Ratan Sara, for your kind introduction. I appreciate it, but it's a lot for me. Uh, and yes, I feel happy and honored to have this precious time to spend this, precious time with you. And I feel like this is a kind of sacred moment for me after a long time. Uh, I used to give some talks here, some public talks on Sunday service, but now we have a lot of speakers, Dhamma sharing speakers here, and once a while I also give a Dhamma sharing here. So I'm happy to see you all you today, and yes, I'm going to share my wisdom, my thoughts with you during this uh, precious time. And also I would like to invite you to say, to express your feelings, your ideas, your thoughts also at the end of this Dhamma talk, if you have. I really appreciate your thoughts, your feelings, and your wisdom too, with what related to what I'm going to share in the group today. When I got the invitation for this Dhamma sharing, I didn't have a specific, any special topic to share with you, but I thought like when I think I was here not last week, but 2 weeks ago, and I thought of talking something related to a question that asked, that somebody asked from 2 weeks ago, and yeah, it's something about a part of our life. Theravada Buddhism and Buddhism talks about this a lot. Now you might feel like this is something curious. And yeah, I would like to say it with you like this way. So whenever the Buddha, he starts giving a Dhamma sharing, a discourse to his disciples, he has addressed these aspects, these topics a lot. And we see in some discourses only a brief introduction, maybe a brief explanation for these topics. And also he has given some very lengthy discussions, explanations to these topics, like what I'm going to share today. So before that, I would like to say a phrase like, and I will bring some kind of explanations from the Buddha's teaching, and also I will try my best to add some my own, my experiences, my life experiences for this Dhamma sharing today. And that phrase is, I will begin my talk with that phrase like, hopelessness is destructive. Why I say like this? We should have some kind of hope to continue this life. We should have desire, hope, wishes, aspirations to continue this life. Yeah, with that I will start my Dhamma sharing, and you might wonder like why I mentioned this phrase like hopelessness is destructive. So when it comes to Buddhism, especially Theravada Buddhism, even in Mahayana Buddhism, Vajrayana Buddhism, you might hear like we are beings, human beings, including animals, and everyone is experiencing aging. First, it is the birth. We come into existence, we came to this world with our birth. And then we are experiencing aging, sickness, sorrow, death, lamentations, disconnections, and also separations. So every time, sometimes when Buddha gives some discourses, he has mentioned these words like jati. Jati means birth. Birth is not good. Birth is not good in what sense? That's what we have to discuss. We have to find like. And then he says like jati, jara. Jara is aging. Jati means birth. Jara is aging. Vyadhi in Pali language, Vyadhi means sickness. Soka means sorrow. And Marana means death. Vipayoga means separation. Like this, we find some specific words in the discourses, in the Theravada tradition, in Buddhist teachings, like birth, aging, sorrow, sickness, separation, death, lamentations. And Buddha uses a kind of specific word here to introduce all these, experiences in our life. Like it's short and brief, and he says like all these experiences are based on suffering. Life is a suffering. So when we hear the word like life is a suffering, so how we can bring a meaning to this life, and how we can spend this life, and like this. Today, I have planned to share with you many more things, but I think 2 weeks ago, somebody from the audience, it was Russell, and he asked a question like, when we are aging, right? So aging is something natural, and we can't stop it. Aging is inevitable. We can't stop it. It's happening. It's always happening. In other words, aging, when it comes to aging to the inanimated objects, even to the whole world, it's changing. It's all about changing. So we can stop it. There is no way of escaping from it, but we are facing it. Aging is common. It's natural. It's a natural process. But how we can cope with aging when we are, when we face this life like this. So when I was going through the Tripitaka, the original text in the Theravada tradition, I have found many explanations, many teachings. And I have also listened to many Dhamma speakers also, how they share these experiences. In my country, it's totally different how some Dhamma speakers, they convey these messages to the audiences, to some people. But when it comes to Western countries, in a culture like Western country, we should be more mindful about when we are talking about these, these concepts, these words, these Buddhist teachings. Because soon after they hear this kind of a word like suffering, life is a suffering, and aging, all these things, birth, how can birth be a suffering like this? So there could be many, uncertainties, and I would say like some hopelessness. But it's not the problem with the Buddha's teaching, or it's not an issue with the Buddha's teaching, Buddha's words, or his discourses. It's something related to a person's, a Dhamma speaker's way of, communicating that message to the people, to some audiences in some countries. Because if somebody is not born or not raised in a Buddhist culture or Buddhist country, they might find these words something as a distraction, and they will have some kind of hopelessness, and it's not good. So that's why I wanted to share this this Dhamma, sharing my wisdom with you. And as I said earlier, if you have your own thoughts, your own comments, maybe you have your suggestions, your questions, feel free to share with the audience in the group. And yes, I have found some words like jara, vyadi. Jara means aging again. Vyadi means sickness. Jara means aging. Yes. So how we can cope with these situations when we are aging, when we are in a life, like if we feel like we have only a very short period of time to live, and how we can cope with this problem, this issue, this experience. No one can say, no one can predict like when our life is coming to an end. I'm living today like this, and who knows what will happen to me tomorrow. and in 2 days, in 1 week, in 1 month. Life is like that. So the Buddha has mentioned, he has used these words to explain some deep teachings in his in related to the true path, related to the nirvana. But we should have a kind of ability, some ability to cope with these situations in our life in a better way. So I remember a particular sutta in the Majjhima Nikaya. I'm sorry, this has been translated into English like Middle and Discourses of the Buddha by one of the American greatest scholar monk, Bhikkhu Bodhi. And he has done a wonderful service, a great service to the Theravada Tripitaka, Theravada Buddhist texts. And he has translated some discourses, very beautiful discourses into English like Middle and Discourses of the Buddha. And in that book, you can find, I can't remember the page, I'm sorry. But I can tell you the sutta number, and it's the sutta, I think 82 sutta, Rattapala Sutta. I'm not going to share the whole story in this sutta because you might have listened to some Dhamma sharings here, and you might have listened to the story of this sutta. I'm not going to share it with today, but for this Dhamma sharing, I'm going to use a special phrase like I remember it. That's why I feel like it has some relation to what I'm going to share with today. And that saying goes like Upaniyati loko adhuo in Pali language. Pali is a language which dates back to 2,500 years. It's an ancient language. So these words have a specific meaning. I have studied Pali language. I have taught Pali language when I was in Sri Lanka in monastic institutes for more than 10 years. And I feel these words in different ways. There could be many translations. You can go through it. And as I said, if you go through the Middle and Discourses of the Buddha, the translation by the Bhikkhu Bodhi, you might find some words. But I feel it like this way, and that's why I'm going to share this with you. This means Upaniyati loko advo means we are aging. Loko here means us, we. We are aging. Upaniyati loko, that means we are aging. Advu, and there is no, or we can say like something we can call like forever and eternal. It's always changing, but it does not make that much good sense if we put it in like that way. But I would like to explain the meaning of that phrase like Upaniyati loko adhu. Upaniyati in Pali language, Upaniyati means dragging. It's just like dragging. What is dragging? Aging is dragging us to the end of life. We don't like it. We don't like it to happen. When we say like aging, it does not make any sense. I mean, it makes sense, but we don't feel it that much. But in Pali language, I know that Pali language, Upaniyati, it means it's like dragging by force. Come on, guys. Come on. Like it is dragging us where? To the end of our life. So this is all about aging. Now there could be frustration like, wow. Something is dragging us to the end of our life. It's aging. It's changing. So now we might experience some kind of hopelessness. So is that what we need to do? Is that what we need to practice if we are practicing the Buddha's teaching? No. I will share it with you. Wait. And again, in the same sutta, Buddha says, this one, it is the Venerable Rattapala who used these words. Of course, he got these teachings from the Buddha. And then he says again in another place, he used a beautiful verse like, Passa citta katang rupang manina kundalena cha. He says like, look at this physical body. Passa chitta katang rupang. Here, rupang means this physical body. It's because I will just I will say this story like, in this Rattapala Sutta, he becomes a Buddhist monk, and he renounced his life, and then he becomes a religious person. I mean, a Buddhist monk. And at the beginning, his parents, they did not like it to happen, and they did not allow. Somehow or the other, Rattapala, he got the permission from the parents, because in Theravada tradition we have some kind of a belief like, we should get the permission from the parents if you need to become a religious person. If you don't get the permission from the parents, no permission from the parents means you can't become a monk. Sorry. Yes, because they are the guardians, and yes, there's a responsibility for that. So, whenever Rattapala, if you go through the sutta, you can see like he did not like his parents, yes, that decision, and he had to do a struggle. It was just like a strike. He was striking, like he was showing his, dislike to his parents, like, no, I should become a monk. And finally, he stopped eating, and he said that if you are not going to give the permission, I will die here, and I will not eat anything. And finally, the parents, they had to give their consent to the child, like, okay, go ahead. And then he became a Buddhist monk, and he was practicing meditation. And after some time, he happened to come to his hometown, and he's visiting his parents. And but his father, he wanted Venerable Rattapala to go for his previous life. That means to disrobe. His father wanted Venerable Rattapala to disrobe and have comfort at home, to enjoy that life with the others, with his family members. And when Rattapala came to his home to meet, he meets his parents, and their parents, they offered some food, and father, he wanted to Venerable Rattapala's father, he used Venerable Rattapala's previous, lives, how I can say, like, he has some girlfriends, wives, and he said that, okay, it's time for you to enjoy your life here. Forget about this monkhood life, this monastic life. It does not make any sense. Come on, it's meaningless. We have everything here. And like this, he was trying to change his mind, Venerable Rattapala's father. And then he said that, no. And there he used this special verse, like he says, Passa chitta katang rupang manina kundalenacha. You look at this body. He was addressing his, previous girlfriends, maybe wives. And then he was saying like, yes, you look at this body. Chitta katang, it has been decorated, it's been adorable with beauties. How you did it? Manina kundalenacha, we always use some kind of ornaments, beautiful clothes, fancy clothes, hairstyles, fashions, so many stuff. I don't have any hairstyle, and but for ordinary people, they have their fashion. And then he says like, yes, you look at this body, this physical body, it is adorned, it is beautified with something that we brought from outside world, like, manina kundala, money means gems, kundala means the ornaments, whatever the things you can, this is the, the textual language. But we can imagine like whatever the things we try to beautify this body, he says that it's meaningless. He says, Atti tachena onaddang sahavattena sobati. This physical body is just a skeleton, and it is wrapped with a skin, flesh, And there's nothing to take from this. For whom? For a person. That's what we need to remember. That's what we need to understand. It's for a person who is striving this path, who is practicing this true path, Buddha's true path towards liberation, towards final salvation, which is the nirvana. But if normal, in ordinary life, people, if everyone is going to practice this way, everything will be in a mess. It does make sense only for a person who is trying this path, this true path, practicing this true path. But if a person is trying to see it like that way, how you can enjoy this life? Things will end up in a big mess. That's not the message. And like this, we can see in the Buddha, in Theravada teachings, like so many explanations given for this, physical body, physical image, like this. The true, he has explained, Buddha has explained the true nature of this body. His disciples has explained the true nature of this body. And the idea was to give a good impression, good understanding, like how we can achieve, how we can practice the true path, the liberation, that path leading to the cessation of suffering. But it does not mean that we should give up everything. And we need to use this life. This life is precious. And of course, it doesn't mean that even though Venerable Rattapala, he is not praising this body, right? He is not. He does not see something good in this body. It is related to his his goal, final liberation. And he says that whatever the things we try to beautify this body is good for a person who is not interested in this path. He says that it's good for a fool, not for wise people like who is practicing the final liberation, the path leading to the cessation of suffering. And he says that alang balasya mohaya nocha paragavesina. Here bala means fool. Alam balasya mohaya, all these ornaments, beauty, beauties and fashions. I don't know. Well, LA has a lot of fashions. And but when Rattapala, he says that these are good for a fool, not for a person wise, for a wise person who is practicing the true path. Alang balasya mohaya nocha paragavesino. Paragavesino means it's not good for a person who is striving the practicing the final liberation, the path leading to the final liberation. And then again, if we are going through the original text, we find like this so many explanations, teachings related to the body, this physical image, and and in another place, Buddha says, this is from the Buddha, he says, like, if we expect from this body, from this physical body, something healthy even for a fraction of a second, he says that it is some kind of a biggest foolishness. And at one time, he was addressing a person by the name like Nakula. His name was Nakula, and he says like, Yohi gahapati imang kayang pariharanto muhuttampi arogyam patijane. It's in Pali language. It's just like now for you it's Greek. I will explain it to you. Yohi gahapati imang kayang pariharanto, that means, hey, if you are enjoying this physical body, and if you expect if you expect something healthy from this, to be healthy this body even for a moment, even for a fraction of a second, Buddha says like, kimanya trabalya. It is the biggest ignorance in this world. Why? It's because in the next moment, no one can predict like what can happen to us. So, since the time is nearing to an end of my Dhamma sharing, I have more things to share with you. But I would like to say like, even if we are going through the Buddha's teaching, like a lot of teachings with a lot of words, which can be, frustrating, but we should be mindful, like in what context Buddha used these words, and in what sense Buddha used these words. And but as I said earlier, it could be the problem of some Dhamma, when during Dhamma sharing, like how we try to understand these words, these experiences. It is, of course, we know that birth, aging, sickness, sorrow, lamentation, separation, distractions, all these are part of our lives. All these are part of our life. We can't go away from these, and we can stop these things. But what we need is a kind of, a knowledge how to cope with these situations, in these situations, how we can face, how we can accept, how we can transform these experiences into something better. And yes, when you hear a word like suffering, it's not good. We don't feel like good. Oh wow, life is suffering. But it's good if we can continue some kind of understanding like this way. Some suffering in life is, inevitable. Some suffering in our life is inevitable. But some suffering, mercifully, can be minimized and also avoidable. If we try to navigate some kind of suffering into something better, we can minimize the suffering. It is avoidable. But suffering is inevitable. That's true. We cannot stop it. But if we have some kind of skills, some talents, we can minimize that suffering. And it's also the same when it comes to the aging. So while there is no cure for, old age, we can continue to express our care for our aging, some sick people. It could be done in many varieties, in a variety of ways. For example, I don't know whether you remember, there was an old lady who used to come to this temple. Her name was Gloria, and she has helped me a lot. She was a super nice, a lady, and she has helped me a lot. When I was going to the university, she has given me, some money. I didn't have sometimes I didn't have money to, to take the tickets to buy tickets, and when I was traveling by the train and the bus. So Gloria, she has helped me to buy some food. And even I remember, like when she is coming to the temple, she sometimes bring milk, some fruits, some foods. But it doesn't mean that you are also supposed to bring food. There is no such a thing like that. But Gloria, she was a super nice person, and she has helped me a lot. I take this moment to show my gratitude to her. And at one time I remember, every time she needs some help, she calls me. She used to call me. And during COVID, she was going through a lot of uncertainties. I don't know that whether she had some friends or some relatives by that time when she was living. She's no more. And I remember very well, during COVID, amidst a lot of uncertainties, one day, I think one evening she called me and she said that, "Hey, Venerable Paghghaloka, there is nobody to help me. There is nobody to take me to the center for COVID vaccine." Then I said, "Okay, Glorias. So do you want me to help you? Yes. Can you please take me to that place, and I need the vaccine, COVID vaccine. I don't know whether I will die here. There is nobody to help me," like that. So she was complaining. She was with a lot of frustration. And what I did immediately, I think I was getting ready with some lessons at the university, and I was writing something. Then I stopped it, and by that time we didn't have any way of doing this rather than doing it using the internet. I made the appointment. I supported her, And then I was taking her to the place for the vaccine, COVID vaccine. She was happy. And while I was driving with her, and I used to sing some songs for her. I sang for her. She was with a lot of frustration. And Theravada monks are not supposed to sing. But this is only for you. I know that even though this is going to be in YouTube, it's okay. And yeah, while I was driving, I used to sing for her, and I sang for her, and she was happy and she was laughing. She had a big smile, and she enjoyed that. And for the second time also, I took her to the vaccine, and but it's so hard for me to remember this experience. Like once I was away from this temple, from IBMC, I was in Sri Lanka, I think in 2022 to 2023 or for something like, anyway. Uh, when I was there, I think Gloria has died, and soon after I was here, I went to that place with Venerable Chandsara a few times, and I found nobody there. And then I met some neighbors, and when I was speaking to those neighbors, I found like she had died in her house, and I don't know what happened after that. But that's how I as a Buddhist monk, I tried my best to reach people, some aging people, and support them. And like this, I have a lot of experiences and teachings to share with you. So that's why I said like aging is inevitable, but we can minimize the suffering. We don't need to struggle with that experience. Why do we need to struggle with aging, sicknesses? And now I'm going to the children's hospital, and I'm giving my service to children and parents, family members, even the staff. And this is the experience I received last evening. And my day shift was coming to an end last evening. And before I came to the main office, I thought of visiting the last patient. And then I entered the room. When I was entering the room, there was a 13-year or 14-year-old girl. And when I opened the door, I asked like, "Hi, may I come in, please?" Like this. I don't like to share her name with you. And then when I entered the room, she said that, "Yeah." And then I reached her. She was going through a lot of things, like a lot of pain. And soon after I entered her room, and when I asked her a question like, "Hi, how are you doing?" like this, she started crying. She was crying a lot, and I don't know what to say like. And there was nobody in the room. I didn't find her parents or her friends or relatives in the room. She was alone there. And what I did, I took some moment to listen to her. And I was also, I became like, how I can say, like silence. And then I was also freezing with my feelings, and I didn't know how to, what to say like, but she was crying. She was crying a lot. Then I asked her like, do you feel like you are recovering? Do you feel like you are getting better now? Then she said that, "No, I'm having a lot of pain like this." And then she was crying a lot. And I supported her. I told like, "I'm here to support you, dear, and if you have anything to share with me, I'm ready to listen to your stories. That's totally fine." And then she apologized me because she was emotionalized. I said that that's totally fine. To be emotionalized with this condition, that's totally natural, fine, and I'm okay. That's why I'm here to support you like that. So she was emotionalized, and she was crying a lot. It's because of the pain. She had gone through a surgery previous night, and they had done something to her, bones in the leg. And you just imagine when they after surgery with with something, bones, It's really, really painful because I have gone through some surgeries in my hand, in my neck too, and I know that once after the anesthesia is gone, it's really, really painful. So what I did, I was talking to her, I was just asking some questions and like um, how I can support her, like, and she was crying a lot. And I told her, like, could you please use this moment, dear, to remember something else? If you can focus on something else, you can watch some videos. I know that the medical team, the interdisciplinary health team in the hospital, they has given a lot of support to that girl. And though you are on medication, you can, I know that you feel great pain, a lot of pain. But uh, if you can use something else, if you can stay connected to your family members, you can talk to your friends, and it will be some sort of support for you, like to forget this pain. And she was again and again, and she was crying, and finally she stopped crying. It's because I was talking to her. I don't like to share the whole conversation with you. And then I supported her, and I said like, all right, I will double check with your health team, like how we can support you because you are going through a lot of pain. Like then I went to the bedside nurse and I talked to her, and I told her the whole story, like this girl is with a lot of pain and how we can support her. Like then she said that of course we have given some medications to her, it will start working after a couple of hours, like that. So like this, I had some conversation with her, I supported her, and finally I asked her to stay firm. And the other thing was also I shared my experience. My experiences means some of the surgeries I had done in my life, like. And then I told her, like, it's the same thing, it's so painful after surgery. Once the anesthesia is gone, and you might feel a lot of pain, but after a couple of hours, when your body gets used to that pain, you may not feel that pain like that way. So when I was sharing my experiences, my life experiences with her, she started generalizing her feeling. That girl, she started generalizing her pain. And then finally she stopped her crying, and she thanked me. She appreciated my supportive presence. And then I said, like, I will make it another time to see you next time like this. And then I left the place. I feel happy whenever I remember like that way, when I'm trying to help other peoples with Buddhist teachings. I have learned Buddhist teachings, and also whenever I have a chance, I reach people and I try to support them. So the time is up, and I should finish this Dhamma sharing. And yes, pain can be mastered, it can be minimized if we are, skillful, if we are talented. Of course, we can raise from our pains if we know the way. And it is, of course, beneficial to reflect on Buddhist teachings, as I said earlier, like those words. But it does not mean that we should struggle with these teachings or with these words like aging, birth, sickness, sorrow, lamentation, suffering. That's not the meaning. We are not supposed to struggle with those things. So finally, I want to share with you, like, make it a time in your life, like also if you are going through this experience. I know that we have everyone. I have some bad experiences to share with you right now. Something going with my friends in Sri Lanka here. You might have your own stories, so many stuff. But the best thing is make it a time. That's my invitation for you, is make it a time to share your feelings, your emotions, your stories, your experiences with others. Sometimes you might feel that I might be the worst person in this world because I might be the most vulnerable person in this world. I'm going through a lot. It's a lot for me. I can't take this. But when you listen to others, when you share your experience, when you share your feelings, emotions with others, you might also hear the same thing from others, like, and then it will become a part of your life. Like you can use that knowledge, and you will start generalizing your feelings and your emotions. And that's the end of my Dhamma sharing, since the time has come to an end. And thank you so much for listening to this Dhamma sharing. I appreciate your time, your presence, and it's something sacred for me. it's something precious for me. Hope you got something from this Dhamma sharing. And thank you so much, and many blessings to you. Sadhu, sadhu. Maybe you have questions or comments, but yes, go ahead, Paul.
I'm very grateful for your Dhamma talk. I need to hear things over and over again. I need to be reminded. Because I forget. I go out in the kingdom and forget. You started with hope. And then you addressed an unpleasant situation we all experience. But you started with hope. Hope is what brings me in here for the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. And that keeps me well. And it gets me excited about going home and remembering that for the people, because they're getting a message of hopelessness all the time. And so that gets me excited about it. Rinse and repeat. And the disappointing part about a sober realization of the limitation of the body. We can stay well regardless of what life shows us, and I heard that. And everyone in here is helping me to stay well in that way today. If I depended on my body for all my happiness and fulfillment, I would be disappointed. But thank you for your message today, and I'd just like to go to the top of that, be full of hope. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paul. It's really, really wonderful and insightful. Your thoughts, your comments. Yes, that's what we are supposed to do. As I said earlier, we can't stop this world, but we have to continue this life. And we have a lot of people. We have love, affection. Everyone is ready to share their stories. We are ready to listen to you. And I see Paul's presence here today. That's why I appreciate this moment like something sacred, something precious. We are in this moment now, and we are experiencing this moment together. And it's a lot for every one of us. Thank you so much, Paul, for sharing your wisdom and your insight. It's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Venerable Paghghaloka, for your Dhamma talk. You have the question? Okay.
Yes, Anand.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, yes.
Long time ago, I read a story that I forgot most of it. But it was about these people, they were Buddhists, and they were thinking about impermanence, but they were trying to find some kind of joy or positive impermanence. So they would look at like the cherry blossoms and they would say, they were in Japan, oh, they're very nice because they last for so little. They blossom for such a short time. So my question to you is there any joy or is there any benefit, or how would someone that's wise, that's looking at impermanence, what would they gain from that? Because usually when we look at impermanence, we feel bad, like, oh, I'm gonna be a short time here, my parents are me, my family. So is there kind of a joy or a benefit when you look at it the right way?
Yes, and as I said earlier, we can use our day-to-day life experiences, like, to be happy with our family members, our loved ones. There could be so many resources we can use in this life, and to be happy. We have enough. We have enough. The only thing is we should have some kind of skill, some kind of, understanding, wisdom to use these, experiences. If we take it in a wrong way, and it does not do any good to us, and it does not do any benefit to us, it does not bring any benefit to us, we will suffer. So my answer for your question is like, we have to use our wisdom, our common sense and understanding, and it's not the problem with these religious teachings or religious texts, or it's the way how we interpret them, it's the way how we explain it. It's that's what we need to be mindful like. Otherwise, those teachings are beautiful. When it comes to Buddhism, Christianity, Catholicism, Judaism, whatever it is, Those teachings are beautiful, but the way we interpret, we explain should be also skillful. Yes, any more questions? Yes, Reverend
As
Sada.
far as impermanence going, I mean, the basic truth in Buddhism and in life is that everything changes at every moment. And some impermanence is great. You don't want certain suffering to continue forever. So I take what you say very wisely, is how you interpret what is going on, how you interpret suffering. You know, suffering can be like unsatisfactory. Life is unsatisfactory. Look at it in different ways. And what you mentioned at the end is you know, kindness to each other is a way to eliminate a lot of suffering. So thank you for your talk.
Yes. Thank you, Reverend Sada. Yes. Yes.
I think my question is somewhat related to Aman's question. When you say, or when I hear other people say, life is suffering, is it very important for me to hear that you're not saying life is always suffering? Life is only suffering. That's not what you're saying, right?
Yes, because life is not always suffering. Yes, it's not always suffering. There is happiness, there is joy, but the problem the issue we need to be mindful is like, you know, how we face, how we accept this experience to our lives. Like, otherwise, this natural world, we can't stop this phenomena, we can't stop these experiences. It's happening. But if we have, that's why we need to go to this, you know, we need to find some time with our loved ones, some knowledgeable people, and we need to listen to, you know, talks and like that. There are so many things, and even if it is a good time to enjoy good food with others, that's also wonderful. It's, we receive a lot of happiness. And last week I was enjoying food with Nam here, and it's a good way. And sometimes whenever Chandasar, whenever Ratansar, I know that you are also doing this, and they cook good food, and I try my best to find time with them. And when I enjoy food, I forget about my problems. Otherwise, I also hear some problems. You know, my parents, sometimes my family members, my friends who are going through, you know, this stuff in my country, even here, and even some uncertainties about my life. But I use this precious moment to stay alive and, you know, skillful. And then life is not something suffering. I feel like life is good, life is pleasant. It's the same life. My final message is, it's the same life experiences we have to use for our final liberation. We are not going to bring any other experiences from other worlds. It's the same life we are going to use for our final path. Yes, that's it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think no more question. Life is always suffering. I wanted to say something. Actually, when you enjoy your life, enjoy that moment. Okay? Life is suffering. But when you enjoy the moment, but don't harm anyone or yourself. Right? So thank you, Venerable Paghghaloka, for the Dhamma talk. And now we are going to chant the page number 4 and page number 10. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato
Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to save them all. Deluding passions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them all. Dharma gates are limitless. I vow to study them all. Buddha's way is supreme. I vow to attain it. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear-struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and the sick find health relief. Nendi Dupang Koka Punyadi Naida Dujunga Sange Naida Mai Mada Nendi Dupang Koka Punyadi Naida Dujunga Sange Naida Mai Nendi Dupang Koka Punyadi Naida Dujunga Sange Naida Om Mani Padme Hum.
Okay, thank you again, Venerable Sirs, Reverend Kashanti, Shraddha, and also Bhante Paghghaloka and Chandasara. And also thank you for Nam for being with us always and take care in temple and all the monks. And also thank you, Savendra, for doing the computer things. And also thank you very much for all our friends in the Dhamma for being with us for the meditation and also for the service. And we have announcement. I wanted to say Reverend Shanti, he's in Sri Lanka, even though he's 2 times he call per day, and he's asking how is going, temple, everything. And he told me to tell everybody to hi. So, okay, I did that. And next Sunday morning, we have the morning meditation, 10 o'clock. Please come and join. And also next Sunday, our Dhamma speaker is the Venerable Bhante Chandasara. He also a nice Dhamma speaker. He also, now he is a professor at the University of the West. So please come and join, and you can get more documents, details about regarding the Buddhism next week also. Please come and join. So I wish you all by the power of Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and also whatever you have done in your whole life, by the power of these all kind of merits and wholesome deeds, I wish you at the end of to fulfill the bliss of supreme liberation, Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.